Cool Hand Podcast, something you got to deal with. Welcome back to the Cool Hand Podcast. I am your host. My name is Q. I've been off for a little bit. I'm sorry about that. Just some stuff just wasn't working out for me in the past couple weeks. I had gotten sick. And then around the time I got sick, I got into a car accident. Nothing big, but I got into a minor car accident. So that happened, and then you got to deal with insurance and all that. It wasn't my fault, but I finally, I finally took my car into the shop today, picked up my rental. My rental is better than my real car, but, I'm riding something nice right now. Nothing luxurious, but it's something nice to me. It might not be nice to some. It's a little Nissan. The Nissan's nice though. But I had got into a car accident, had to get that taken care of. Got sick, had to, heal up, feel better. So peep this. I'm all better, all that other stuff. I record about 4 different episodes on my mic, right? And then the mic starts acting up. Like all my audio is getting distorted. I'm looking up online how to fix it. I'm trying this, I'm trying that. And it just wasn't working out. I'm like, come on, bro. So I end up getting a recorder instead of a mic. And this recorder's serious. So if the audio sounds a little clearer, shout out to the recorder. Shout out to my homeboy for recommending this recorder. And it's gonna be real good for interviewing on the go, because I was having people that I know come to the crib. I ain't having everybody. I don't know all y'all who I'm trying to interview. I ain't trying to have y'all. I ain't having y'all at my house. I don't know y'all. What you think this is? Come on, yo. I ain't having y'all in my house. Stop that. But anyway, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be recording, doing something that I like to do, which is this. And let's just get started. So the first thing that I wanted to just touch on real quick was Blood Orange. And he dropped a mixtape. And he dropped it's a good summer mixtape. It's called Angel's Pulse. And I'm feeling it a lot. I've only listened to it about three and a half times. Something around 3.5 times or something like that. But it bops, like, it's like a good summer mixtape. And maybe that was his intention, for it to be like, a little summer mixtape. But some standout songs were pretty much, man, just about like the first half, I was really, really, really feeling. Like up to the 6th song, which is called Good For You. And he has some crazy features. Toro y Moi, somebody named Kelsey Lou. I had to look her up. But I'm going to talk about the song she's on in a little bit. Justine Skye, Project Pat, Porches, which is my guy, Ian Isaiah, Arca. Arca is another one of my favorite artists. That's my guy. And it's funny because Porches and Arca, like I said, are 2 of my favorites. And then the 2 songs they were on, they weren't my favorite songs. I'm like, they are, they were cool. They were cool. Like they're not bad songs, but they weren't what I expected. Porch's voice sounds really good. The song he's on is called Berlin, but his voice sounds really good. Dark and Handsome is really good, and that's the 3rd song featuring Toro y Moi. So that's like a standout song. And then, on Apple Music, they be having stars next to the songs. I never knew if the stars were for singles. You could probably find this information on Google or something, but I didn't Google it. Oh well. But Dark and Handsome is a real cool song. And then the one song that I really liked was Birmingham. And that's with this female singer, Kelsey Lou, and Ian Isaiah. And just real quick, if you never saw Ian Isaiah, look him up. Like, he looked like Eddie Murphy when he played a vampire. He looks like a light skin. He looks like a seductive vampire. If you look dude up, he looks like a vampire that's trying to steal your girl. And don't vampires be coming out in the nighttime? He be going to the club at night, trying to steal dude's girl. But he looked like a real, I don't know. He looked like a zesty pirate. Zesty pirate. That don't make no sense. A zesty vampire. But anyway, the song Birmingham. So I'm driving. Just a little quick story about that song and the significance of it. I'm driving. So I'm driving to a memorial service when I'm playing this project. And of course I'm driving, so I can't see the titles of the songs. And this song comes on, and it's real, like, it's not that all the lyrics specifically apply to death, but let me just go on with the story and see if you could just catch up from there. But I think it is Ian Isaiah who says, "My baby, where are you? My baby, where are you?" I ain't finna sing, but he's singing that, and he's singing it with so much emotion, and I'm pretty sure it's Isaiah singing. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. But it just made me think of, that a person is dead, but imagine someone that you're close to, and they're not here anymore, and you're used to a specific routine with them, eating with them, sleeping with them, calling them on the phone. And it just made me think how easy it is to just have a breakdown. To just have a breakdown, like, "My baby, where are you?" Like, they're gone, but it's just you sometimes you just wonder where they're at. Does that make sense? Do you feel me? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're just like, you just wonder where they're at one day, but they're gone. And and the song is real emotional. Like, there's a lot of emotion that I felt in the song. And the thing is, this song Birmingham is always going to be associated with that moment in time that I first heard it, due to the place where I was going. And I remember it was a sunny day. It was a hot day. This wasn't too long ago, but I'm just always going to remember this moment. Every time I hear it, I think about myself driving on that parkway on the way to this memorial service. So it's it's crazy, the emotions that music taps into. But that was good. And it was Tinashe is on here too. It was, it's interesting to hear her, because she was more, she had a little run, I don't know, some years ago, with the DJ Mustard Beats, and then she kind of disappeared from the limelight, at least on my radar. I ain't looking out for, it's not like I'm Googling what Tinashe is doing, but this is the first time I saw her name in a little bit. And this might be a good look too. Excuse me. Might be a good look for her too, because if your name might not be buzzing, might not be ringing like that. But Blood Orange is a popular name. So, this could be a real good look for her. Get her name back out there for real on a different platform, not on that big platform with, the Calvin Harris, Drake, Schoolboy Q, DJ Mustard realm, more in the, you know, that other type of realm. Let me drink some water because my voice got a little, excuse me. Okay, that's better. But yeah, Angel's Pulse. Peep that. So something else I wanted to transition to was how hip hop could be like a gateway genre, and I'm gonna expand on that because I have some things I wanted to talk about regarding Kamasi Washington and how his music affected me at a certain point in time, and it still does affect me. But I first heard of Kamasi Washington through Kendrick Lamar. Now, because I don't listen to jazz, I did not listen to jazz prior to seeing him live, because I did see him live. I first saw his name, literally saw his name on To Pimp a Butterfly on that album. And he eventually came to Pittsburgh, where I live. And my friends were going, I'm like, okay, this, jazz music, live music is always good. I like live music. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. And I'm dating my now wife at the time. I invite her, get her a ticket. I'm like, this will be good. This will be fun. And I described him as he's the person who plays the saxophone on To Pimp a Butterfly. And so she was interested in that. And naturally, leading up to the concert, I like download all his music, listen to it. And I'm like, wow, he's really good. And a couple songs that I really enjoyed by him and they were off of the Epic. His new album had not come out yet, and I didn't even listen to his new album like that. I forget what it's called. Excuse me. But I'm really gonna focus on the Epic and then his EP, the Harmony and Difference EP. But something I really enjoyed were the songs "The Rhythm Changes," "The Magnificent Seven," "Change of Guard," and then just about every song on the Harmony of Difference EP. Excuse me. On the Harmony of Difference EP, I'll get into that in like two minutes. Give me 2 minutes. But the singer on the song "The Rhythm Changes," her name is Patrice Quinn, and it's funny because at the concert, so she's on stage the entire concert, the duration of the show, she's there. And there's only so many songs that require vocals, of course. So what she does while she's not singing is she starts airbending. If you ever saw the Avatar, she begins to the best way I can describe it is she starts to airbend by flailing her arms very slowly and closing her eyes and I don't know, chanting to herself. It's they're very interesting movements. I didn't know how to describe it, if she's quote unquote feeling herself, because she's doing something over there, and she's just like moving like a worm. I wouldn't call what she's doing dancing. I wouldn't call it that, but she's moving like, those little air things that kind of flail. They're in front of like car dealerships, and their arms are out, and they get like blown by the wind, and she it was kind of think that, but like I don't know, she's just doing some weird stuff over in the corner, like some I don't know, man, some Tai Chi or something. But she was doing that, but nonetheless, her voice is amazing. And the song that I really enjoyed by them was the song "The Rhythm Changes," and I'm just gonna read some of the lyrics to tell you why the song is fire. So this is Patrice Quinn, the singer who sings these lyrics. She says, "Our minds, our bodies, our feelings, they change, they alter, they leave us. Somehow, no matter what happens, I'm here. The time, the season, the weather, the song, the music, the rhythm. It seems no matter what happens, I'm here." And then there's things, then she goes on. "Our love, our beauty, our genius, our work, our triumph, our glory. Won't worry what happened before me. I'm here." And it's like a song of victory to me. Those are lyrics of reassurance and lyrics of victory, because no matter what you go through, he talks about our minds, our bodies, our feelings, they change, they alter, they leave us. All that stuff, it just makes me think different circumstances happen in everyone's lives, right? You can go through this, you can go through that. You can have depression, anxiety, which a lot of people in the world have, and a lot of people in the world take medication from it. You know why I know? Because I used to work at a doctor's office and everybody was on some type of anxiety or depression med. It was surprising, honestly. A lot of people take medication for that, but that just goes to show, the condition of the world that we live in. Uh, but with that being said, people are still out here living their lives, fighting, fighting for their happiness, to just go on and having peace in their lives. And people are sick, people are ill, people are ill terminally, people have cancer and they get treatments, people have lost loved ones, people have money problems. And people used to have money problems. People used to be terminally ill. People used to be depressed. And you can look back on that and say, hey, I got through that. I'm here. So when I say it's a song of reassurance, you can look back on something that you've been through and say, hey, I made it through that. We'll get through this hard time too, right? So it's reassurance to me. And it's a song of victory. Like, hey, it can be a song of victory. Like, hey, I went through this at this age, or I went through that a while ago, and, it passed. It was a hard time, but, we did it, or I did it. I'm here. No matter what happened, I'm here. I might have took some bumps and bruises on the way, but I'm here. So it was, like I said, it's a song of victory, a song of reassurance. Her voice is smooth. It's pleasant. It's delightful. And I love that song. Now, another song that they played live was the song Truth, and that's from the Harmony of Difference EP. Now, just real quick, if you never heard this EP, it's like 6 songs, and the last song is Truth. And the first 5 songs, they're all great songs, but Truth is a compilation of those 5 songs into one. And it's, how can I describe it? It's beautiful, but it's not just, all the songs thrown together, of course. Oh, excuse me. Mike Tyson, of course. Shout out to Mike Tyson, Iron Mike. But the song is long. It's like 15 minutes long, but it's so good that you don't realize it's 15 minutes long. So please check that song out if you haven't. And honestly, I would probably recommend you just look the song up on YouTube. Don't listen to it on whatever streaming platform or whatever. Look at the video on YouTube of them performing it live in studio, because it's more raw that way. Like the song's great, the studio version, but hearing that song live, if you don't get a chance to hear it live, then just check it out on YouTube. I'll watch it on YouTube just to get that feeling like I was there again back. So while I'm at the concert, let's go back to the concert when I'm there. I'm with my wife. I have my arm, well, I'm with my girlfriend at the time. She's my wife now. I have my arms wrapped around her. And hearing it live was the first time I ever heard it. I didn't hear that EP yet when I was listening to his music leading up to the concert. So I'm listening to, I'm hearing this song. I close my eyes, and then for some reason, I started to ascend. I started to float. I started to float to the sky. And I'm like, hey, why am I floating to the sky with my girlfriend in my arms? But it was the music that did that. Of course, I wasn't actually floating, but I thought I was. And I was not off any type of drug. I was not under the influence of alcohol. I was under the influence of Kamasi, and I started to fly. I was floating in air. I was in the clouds with my girlfriend wrapped around my arms, with the music taking me away. It was nuts. And the whole time I'm like, this is like some type of like weird outer body experience, because I felt so it's weird, like I felt so close to my girlfriend at the time because of this song. It was so moving. And just you know what I can't even say you know what I'm saying, because I don't even think everybody could know what I'm saying. But it just did that to me. It was just moving me like that. I was literally moved. But it was crazy. I might link the YouTube video in the description on YouTube, and on SoundCloud I might drop the link in there too. But you have to experience this song. It's really good. Amazing song. And then going back to my original point, I first saw his name from To Pimp a Butterfly. So just seeing his name, knowing who he is, if who's to say if I never listened to Pimp a Butterfly, my friends say, hey, Kamasi Washington is coming to town. And I could have been like, okay, and you're telling me why? Like I don't want to listen to that. But just having that name associated with Kendrick Lamar, and hearing, the Pimp a Butterfly, hearing the saxophone. I used to play the saxophone. I used to play the tenor saxophone. My dumb self with my little weak attention span stopped playing in like fifth grade. I think it was fifth grade. I don't know. I just quit for no reason, and I was actually pretty good. That's one regret that I always had, that I have, is that I quit playing the saxophone, because I actually was good, and I started to like do things on my own with just trying to learn songs without even. I really liked to play the saxophone when I was a kid. Played the tenor saxophone, so I already have history with the saxophone, so I naturally like it. But anyway, what was I talking about? Harlem Hospital giving beds out. Harlem Hospital giving beds out. Association, worries about association. But anyway, yeah, who's to say, if I never, listen to hip hop, whatever, woo woo. And there we go. And I think like, hip hop in I guess you can say that about any genre, but I really feel like hip hop, you have so many different artists experimenting with other genres, alternative music, house music, things like that, who try to incorporate those things into their music, electronic music, like it, just stuff like that. And incorporates different musicians, different producers into their music, which can lead you to a whole nother genre. Think about the first time, and this is the thing. I'm gonna talk about Charlie Wilson real quick. The first time I ever saw Charlie Wilson's name was on a Kanye West track. Facts. Facts. And my wife, for example, she grew up, like her mom had her, growing up listening to Erykah Badu, India Arie, Fantasia. I knew about Fantasia through American Idol. I didn't listen to her music. Like I heard some of her music on the radio. But my wife grew up on that, like Jill Scott. So my wife knew some Charlie Wilson music. I didn't. And the first time I ever heard his voice or saw his name was on Kanye West tracks. And it led me to knowing who he is and really liking his music. There goes my baby. You get the deal. Like Charlie Wilson's that guy. He's that man, with the powerful voice and the powerful delivery. And those are just a couple of examples. You can go on. You can talk about other stuff. How Kanye West, was similar to Death Grips at a certain point with some of his music. You can say that. But it's, I just think, hip hop, especially hip hop, can be a gateway genre into other genres. Even Kanye West, I'm talking about Kanye West again. Kanye West worked with Bon Iver. I say Bon Iver, but one time I was watching the Grammys, and I think Bon Iver, I'm going to keep saying Bon Iver because I'm going to stay true to myself. I say Bon Iver, but they said Bon Iver, old fancy name. But like I know about Bon Iver or Bon Iver, if we want to be bougie. Bon Iver first saw his name, Kanye West. You think about James Blake. James Blake. I found out about James Blake through association with Bon Iver. And then James Blake, I don't know if he ever made music with Chance the Rapper, but I know they were friends at a certain point. But James Blake is all over Travis Scott's last album. So some people could have found out about James Blake through Travis Scott. Toro y Moi was on Travis Scott's first mixtape. The mixtape, what was it called? Al Faro. Some people could have. So was Bon Iver. He was on Travis Scott's Al Faro too. So just it's really cool, ain't it? Don't you think it's cool? Yeah, I think it's cool. Cool. So yeah, like gateway music. But other things. Anyway, that was my little segment on that. Other things. In other news, it looks like the world turned on Chance the Rapper. Like it's not. I was like, I kind of dug Chance the Rapper. I never was a straight up hater. I did not like Coloring Book. Jeez, I didn't. I never listened to 10 Day because I was never like a stan of his. I was never like, Chance the Rapper stan fan. I liked his music. When I first heard acid rap, I'm like, hey, this guy's all right. But there's some like real Chance the Rapper stans out there, and that's not me. But I was never a hater. When Coloring Book came out, that's when he kind of like got way more notoriety. I'm like, this isn't that good. Like I wanted to like it. I really did because I liked acid rap. But I didn't like it. I'm like, this just ain't it for me, dude. It just wasn't good. He had a Jay Electronica feature on there. Still, you could bring Jay Electronica back. You could bring whoever back. Cassidy on the album. You could bring A. Marie. It just wasn't doing it for me. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. But and I saw something on like Twitter, like a bunch of people like putting like sleep sleep gifs or gifs when it came to Chance the Rapper's new album being announced. But and like it was real funny. It was super funny. But it's like, dang, did everybody just turn on Chance? He had that corny Doritos commercial. Was it Doritos or something like that during the Super Bowl? But you know, you always hope for good music, but it seems like they're giving him the Wale treatment. Wale gets violated. Wale gets violated on social media. And I don't know. I like Wale. Like Wale makes a lot of good music. So I think he's overhated. But oh well. I'm not Wale. So hopefully I'm not Wale, you know. Wipe your tears with your $100 bills and maybe seek therapy if the fame's getting to you. A lot of people say, you know, you hear a lot of people or like rappers be like, I want the money, I don't want the fame. Because that fame stuff, you got everybody all up in your business. Like, who really wants to be famous? Seriously, who wants to have people following you around, paparazzi? You, like, that Hollywood stuff, like, you end up around a bunch of weird stuff, a bunch of drugs are easily accessible. Like, who wants to be around a bunch of, like, cocaine? You want to develop a coke habit? I don't know. I'm a square, first of all. I'm a square. So first of all, I'd rather stay in the house to begin with. I'm 25. I'm not no turn up kid. I'm not. Hey, let's go here and there. Let's bar hop. No, man. I want to stay home. I want to go. This is what I want to do. I want to go to the gym. I want to go home and eat some good food. I want to, and then like watch YouTube videos. That's all I want to do. That's it, man. Come on, dude. Like, I don't want to go out and drink, man. I'll drink at home. I want to go out and drink for? A little, having a drink or two at a concert is cool, because you're feeling the vibe, you're sipping on a little something, the atmosphere is right. That's cool, but I ain't trying to go out and drink every weekend. I don't even like drinking that much, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. A nice little, I like Long Island iced teas. Those are good. I haven't had one in a little grip though. I know Buffalo Wild Wings makes good Long Islands. I never had a bad one from them. I had some trash Long Islands in my life, some garbage Long Islands. I remember I was at the laundromat and this girl, she was was at a laundromat. I'm at the laundromat waiting. I ain't the type of person to leave my laundry. I got to keep an eye on my stuff. I don't leave the laundromat. Cause y'all, I don't trust y'all. Y'all be stealing clothes. Y'all see one of my shirts, try to steal my shirt. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm there waiting. There's another like woman there. I got my iPad. I'm reading. There's another girl. She came ready. She, did her little laundry thing. Sat down, cracks open some big can of Long Island iced tea. Started drinking it. I'm like, okay, so like if that's how you feel, I'm like, you had a long day or something. You couldn't wait till you got home. You had to open up the drink in the laundromat. But that was cool. She ain't share, but we let her live. But yeah, I don't like going out like that. I don't need to. Like, I don't, I'm married, yo. I get, I don't go out for, some people go out for some attention to, talk to some girls, get some numbers. My wife gives me attention. Love you, baby, if you're listening. But she gives me all the attention I need. What do I need attention for? I'll wait. Okay, what do I need attention for? She gives me attention, all the attention I need. I'm going to soak up the attention. So I'll go out for music, I'll go out for the gym, and I'll go out on a date. Other than that, miss me with all that other stuff. I have to start going out a little more now that I'm doing this podcast. But if you're somebody who likes to stay in the crib, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I just saw that new Spider-Man movie. It was hard too. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't even want to leave the house that day. I'm glad I did, but I didn't want to. I'm like, I don't want to see this movie. Like, yeah, I'm like, I don't even want to see this movie. But it was hard. It was hard anyway. But anyway, I think that's all I got for today's episode. Thank you to whoever's listening, whoever listens to this stuff. I have a couple interviews lined up. Uh, I have a guest or two coming up. I'm gonna be covering. Uh, I have something that I'm doing. I'm not gonna reveal everything I'm doing, but I have something I'm gonna be covering this week. So look out for that. Look out for the interviews coming, uh, and I'm gonna be setting up some more stuff too. So once again, thank you for everybody who listens. This is the Cool Hand Podcast. My name is Q. Cool Hand Podcast. I just choked on my I just choked. All right. Cool Hand Podcast. Something you got to deal with.